Today, I spent 24 hours making a fully functioning Roblox simulator game. The link to the game is in the description of this video if you would like to play. And let's get started. The first thing I did when I loaded up a new base plate was I found a simulator pet kit inside the toolbox that I would use for the pets in my game. Just a quick side note, a lot of the objects used in this video were from the toolbox as I only had 24 hours and it would be very hard to make everything from scratch. I then added a big flat part that looked like absolutely nothing at first, and knowing my building skills, it would still look like utter trash after I'm done. Then I used my handy dandy easy textures plugin to add textures, because I am way too lazy to do that. Then I completely stole lighting effects from the toolbox because the lighting was actually terrible, and who doesn't want a simulator that's gonna blind their eyes? I then really quickly made a tool shop where the player could buy various different tools which would give higher amount of coins per click. I started making a coin leaderboard with a model from my other game. This was literally only to make the map feel less empty in the end result, or I wouldn't have added this. I added paths to other POIs in the map, such as a shop and eggs to make it feel less empty. Okay, so I literally spent an hour and a half trying to model these pets, and it just wouldn't work. So I had to search and search for like 30 minutes just to find a new pet pack. And bro, this thing was like so much better. I had literally like 1,000 pets. Next, I really quickly made 3 eggs that would be available off the bat in the spawn world. And by really quickly, I mean this literally took me 2 hours of the challenge because the last pet I wanted to add literally wouldn't work at all. And this was the finished product of the eggs. The next thing I did was I changed the pet UI. I really didn't like how this looked and it was overlapping with another button anyway. Now you guys have probably noticed that the map is really bland, and it's probably time we add more things to the map. Psych! I am modeling tools now because I'm gonna procrastinate that until the very end. I got some tools from the toolbox to put in the tool shop because I needed to make a progression a priority in this game. Then I got images for the tools in the tool shop off of Google to save time. I'll probably change these in the future just to make them more unique. This was how the tool shop looked at the end, because I was actually really happy with this result. I also added a pop-up for whenever the player would get coins. Okay, it's the moment you've all been waiting for. We're adding objects to the map to make it feel less empty. The moment I've literally been dreading this whole time. I started by adding rocks to the edges of the map and repositioning some of the trees to better locations so it doesn't look like I copy and pasted everything. I then made icons for the game, and by make icons, I mean literally use AI for the whole thing because we're on a bit of a time crunch because we only have a few hours left. Now I wasn't actually going to do this, but since we were making such good time, I decided to add a Candyland map so there were more features in the game at the end of the project. I also made a daily chest reward inside the Candyland so you didn't just go there for nothing. Next thing I did was I made a new egg called the Gummy Egg inside of Candyland to fit the theme. Then I added this gray circle inside of where you spawn so it would look less empty and rushed. Although it is rushed, because we only had a day to do this. Next, I started making the last egg I would have for the release of this game, called the Ice Cream Egg. Okay, I shouldn't have said that, because now I'm really hungry. One of the last big things I did in this game was I added game passes, so I could actually make some moolah making this game. Buy the game passes, guys. The last thing I touched up was the portal home from Candyland. I like having my portals resemble the place that they teleport the player to, so I made it green and gray to look like the spawn world with the rocks and the trees. Now after 24 long hours, I finally published the game. Honestly, I think it looks amazing for a 24-hour time frame, much better than my other games that were made in months, even years. If you guys enjoyed this video, please leave a like and subscribe, I would really appreciate it. If you want to play the game, it is in the description of this video. Thanks, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Goodbye.